Writing a compelling response, part of the Sticky Sales series. During your time as a sales superhero, you will have many opportunities to display your eloquence and creative writing skills. As a result of your expert prospecting and lead generation, you will eventually reach the nirvana that is an invitation from your client or prospect to respond to an RFI, RFP, or RFQ. This is a very good thing indeed, as it's rewarded your efforts in encouraging the prospect to take you seriously. You can pat yourself on the back and congratulate yourself on a job well done. However, the job is not even half complete, and writing a compelling response can be fraught with serious considerations. Despite your understandable excitement at being invited to bid or respond, there are a few critical points to consider before you fire up your templates. A polite note of decline and retreat to fight another day will always be more respected by your customer than the alternative, a mashup of a response that has been hurriedly pasted together from unrelated templates and collateral. Remember, if your response has not had a little thought and heart behind it, then it will appear just so, and you run the very real risk of insulting your customer. However, having decided that the instance is an ideal opportunity for you to pitch the superiority of your products and services, and that you wish to coordinate your team to create an attractive and compelling response, the next steps should be carefully planned. A request for information is exactly what it says. This may be issued direct from the customer or their appointed team of consultants to identify what is out there, market trends, and to establish the prime service providers for their future RFP. Your response will not result in a contract at this stage, but will enable you to position yourself as a leading contender for the business. The RFI is an opportunity to influence the content and expectations of the RFP and allows you to establish your credentials within the industry. A request for proposal, or tender, on the other hand, can be a major exercise and a resource-intensive and time-consuming proposition. An RFP is often prepared and issued by your customer's procurement team against your end user's technical criteria and will be aimed at getting the best commercial deal for the company. RFPs have a habit of popping up at the last minute, which can result in a frantic scramble to respond within the deadlines provided. A lot of tender requests can be in a loose, unstructured format due to the procurement team's lack of knowledge in the technical requirements. This leads to repetition and inconsistencies in the requests. In responding, you're usually given the opportunity to request clarification on any point, so it's vital that you read the RFP carefully. A request for quotation is used for more common off-the-shelf products with set specifications that are readily available in the marketplace. The customer will use this document to compare pricing for a specific product across many or several vendors and look to settle upon the lowest offer price. Service is not necessarily a consideration, as this is a standard plug-and-play requirement. It is widely believed in experienced sales circles that upon receiving your RFP response, the production of which has caused you to sweat, curse, weep, and even purchase new spectacles, your customer calmly turns to the executive summary at the beginning, then the pricing schedule at the end, and reads nothing in between. This may not necessarily be true, but it serves to emphasize the importance of the executive summary. Think of it as if it is the only text that your customer will read, and structure it accordingly. Remember our elevator pitch. It's an extended version of that. Think impact, credibility, and state how you'll fix the pain, not a lengthy tome on your company background. Keep it short, no more than one A4 page, and powerful. Again, imagine that your prospect will only be reading this section. What does he want to see? All RFP responses will be marked against evaluation criteria or a scoring system. You will lose points if you state that you are non-compliant to a stated requirement. Also, If there are many responses from many vendors, you could even be disqualified on this marking alone. In our view, if you've been included in the bidders list, then you're already compliant in some way, so ensure that you word your statements accordingly. You will be tempted to use your own language and possibly your own standard templates in your response. Don't. Every RFP response should be totally customized to the particular customer and requirement. The scoring system may also involve a matching of keywords and phrases that the customer has included in the RFP, so ensure that your written answers include these also. Think of it as the written equivalent of mirroring in body language. Make sure that all elements of your response are backed up with real facts, rather than fanciful wishy-washy phrases that are open to interpretation. Use power word sentence links such as because and which means that to emphasize and solidify your statements. There is no excuse whatsoever for submitting a sloppy document full of spelling mistakes, grammatical errors, variations in typeface, and disparate headings. It's a constant source of amazement to us that we still see these documents today. You will have a company style, use it. You will have a standard heading and body text format, use it. You have a spell checker, use it. We don't doubt your abilities as an all-round sales superhero, but if you're not fluent and exact in your written responses, then find someone who is. Although the RFP is an invitation for you to respond with an offer, it's not all about you. The customer's priority is solving his pain point. Just as you wouldn't or shouldn't keep talking about yourself in a face-to-face situation if you want to build a rewarding relationship, the same applies in the written sense. Look at what you've written and make sure that everything is directed at your prospect's requirement. Start sentences with "you will" rather than "we will." When describing your product, put it into your prospect's context and state how it will fix their pain point and save them money. You are the person responsible for the bid response. When you receive the RFP, pull your team together to apportion section responsibility. Then agree the deadline for each response back to you. The time will slip away. It always does. Build in at least 2 days for formatting the final document. Just don't miss the deadline.